Yo, what up guys? It is currently, I think, midnight, 12:30, almost 1 a.m. here in San Diego, California. I'm leaving to IEM Chicago in the morning, and I ended up having a very busy day today. Long story short, I'm probably already in Chicago, and this might even be during the weekend or after the weekend when I upload this, but I wanted to get a video done so that I have some uploads for you guys while I'm busy traveling and stuff. So I thought about nades for noobs. I want to do CT side nades for noobs more. I want to do flashes. I want to do, I think that's it. I just want to go over nades for each side of each map, like basics of what I can do, because eventually I'm going to do videos that are in depth for how to use flashes in certain scenarios, maybe like individual plays you can make using smokes and flashes, and that'll be its own thing. So right now, without further rambling, I'm going to show you guys some flashes on T-side Mirage and just some general ones I think you should know, kind of like a nades for noobs thing, but with flashes. And I just wanted to kind of make sure you guys knew a couple flashes and the reasons behind them. So I'm just going to go across the map as per usual. So first things first, in A halls, you can basically throw flashes off this, and there's different ways to line it up. So yes, once you get out of halls, there's other flashes to know, but they're pretty straightforward, right? Like here you can flash jungle, like if you have a teammate like pushing under here and he wants to blind connector. You flash hard off the wall. You could flash blind you right here if you want. You could default and peek default with it. But the only real lineup I think I know for flash here is from this line. It's the same place you could throw a molly. I aim at the top left of this corner between these two lines. You can kind of see it's like two little lines right there. I aim at the top left and I release when I hit this line where the walls meet, right? I'm gonna come here, aim at the top left, run, and then release. Now this flash goes under the balcony, which is pretty good for like if you're doing execute, because it blinds a guy right there. Default, guy holding this angle, and just generally a sight angle. So this is really good if you're actually even if you're just pugging and you guys are doing like A smokes, one of the most common pug calls. This guy can come here, you can throw the molly, you can back up, and you can throw the flash. Because generally they're assuming you flash into the molly always. So it's just a good little flash to know. And if you throw in a little shallower, like I said, it's just on the balk. And that's not a bad flash either, because it'll like blind people holding back here, but it's not as consistent because you might not blind the guy here or something, right? Other than that, I think coming out halls, there's not too many you should know. I think it's just more important to know when and why you throw things. One little flash that I guess is decent to know is you don't need to be all the way peeking. You can throw a little banger. You can throw a little banger off that without them fully peeking. You gotta be careful because you can see your shoulder if you go too far. So it's like right here, you can kind of throw one like that, and you just gotta be careful when they come blind the spawn hopper. But if you're not careful, he'll see your arm a little bit if he's very deep. But if he's here, you're generally good when you throw that flash. Bonus nade really quick. This is how you smoke top connector. I just thought of this even though I don't know if I ever showed it. Nades for noobs. It's a good way to smoke top connector. Yeah, I think that's all the flashes for Palace. A ramp, obviously you can flash over A ramp, right? One thing that's really good is to have a really good pop flash, right? That comes straight over and shallow. A pop flash is one that isn't seen for a long time by the enemy, right? So one that lands right around the corner. There can be a pop flash anywhere on the map. It's just the term for something that lands shallow. So if someone says pop me out ramp, it's not throw this, right? It's throw this. So what you do is you come on the right side of this edge, and you don't really need to get it perfect. You just kind of go on the far edge and throw right over the lamp. So this flash is a pop flash. It's really good because basically this guy has no time to react here. This guy has no time to react here. And I forget the exact distance, but it blinds people for a moment, back here as well. It's going to probably push him off the angle, at least in mid-sight. So that's a good pop flash to know for people coming out a ramp. And it's a really good one to know in pugs, especially if you're like this guy smoking, right? And you have like maybe one rifler close a ramp, one person doing the bench smoke. You throw the smoke for stairs, and then you come over and do this flash, right? While your teammates are throwing these or whatever. And then the Molotov for, I didn't throw the smoke. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So that's a good flash to know. There's not much more around here. I'll show you a couple tricks. I saw someone do this the other day, and I've seen it before. It's all right. You can just kind of throw a flash here if you're ever up here. I want to drop, like say you threw the smoke, and you're just chilling. It's not a bad idea to just throwing off that. Kind of drop with it, and you can peek. When you're coming up a ramp, when you're coming out, if you didn't know, you could throw a flash off this thing. So if you're worried about like a guy like coming through the smoke or holding triple, sometimes what I'll do is as the smokes go down, I'll throw like a soft flash off that, and then molly right there and kind of run out with it. And this little corner can be used in a couple ways, right? As you're running, you can just kind of do a little underhand, do one of those numbers, go wider with it, right? That's a good little thing to just know about flashes. Anything else here, Jordan? Let's see. I kind of plan these ones out, but sometimes on the fly I like to think like as I'm doing it, just in case I can remember. That's basically it. Another good tip though, it's a very simple flash, but just for you guys pugging, if you ever have a teammate Palace, and you know there's an opera spawn, and like you guys did like right side A smokes or something, support your teammates please with flashes, guys. This is one of the most, like, if you're silver or gold nova and you want to get better, start learning how to use flashes, because what I promise will happen is you'll create more space for the team, which will get you into better situations to get more frags, you know, and then potentially you could show people these flashes and educate them, right, and they'll throw them for you. But just a simple flash like this when your teammate's in palace just goes such a long way if there's an opera there, because if these are smoked and say like he kills this guy or kills this guy and you can flash spawn for him, get him out here, that's a world of difference for your whole team if you guys can flood out palace and this guy gets pushed off. So anyways, I think that's it for A, and I like to keep these kind of flash for noobs, nades for noobs series kind of simple. There's a lot of little flashes that I could show. I'm showing separate videos like how to get kills, right? How to do like a little more tricky flashes, but more importantly when to do them, right? So that'll be another series on individual plays. For middle, obvious pop flashes, I'll start from the back. Actually, this one maybe not so obvious. A jump throw. I kind of line this lamp up between these 2 points, kind of center it, because if you throw it too right, I think it hits the roof sometimes. That one kind of worked still. Oh yeah, see how it's like over this? You're trying to get it through this opening. So what I do is I come here and I kind of just, like I said, between these 2 things, and I jump throw. This flash is very good, especially if you're like trying to dig an opper. If he's up here, it doesn't hit him, so it's more like if the opper's ducking here, you're not always going to blind him, right? So that's a good flash to push the guy off window, especially if you're trying to dig him. It gives this guy a little more confidence just to pre-aim this, because that's the only thing that's going to be not blind, right? So if he is blind, he's going to move off there, he's going to move off there, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's going to move off these angles. So it kind of tells your teammate to just pre-aim up here, because that's the only guy who wouldn't be blind. A couple key flashes for middle, though. Like, these ones are, like, alright. These ones work. I think these always need to be in tandem with something else. So, like, the most dangerous person mid probably is, like, this guy. And, like, that flash will push him off a lot of times. But if you notice, it's not very long, so he'll see the trail, and sometimes he'll be able to hit the flick shot, or just he'll come back and hold for the people behind. And the worst thing happens is, like, everyone throws flashes for the first guy to cross, and then just because he crosses 2 and 3 cross, and like, yay, I'm dead, right? Because this guy can't trade frag through the smoke. Or out here, he has to run all the way wide to see him, right? So that's, yeah. So make sure you're like, oh yeah, so here's the flashes. So if you throw one like this, I think if you're by yourself, like doing one like this is decent. Like, it can be good because it goes a little bit further for this guy, right? So if you see this flash like this, it's going to do a little bit more damage, but even that one didn't do much. Yeah, so if they're out here, it'll hit them more, but tight on the corner, it's not easy to get a good long-lasting flash on this guy. So it's important, you know, if you have a top mid smoke, obviously you could do things like this and just throw it in his face. You know? Just like going out there even and just cross with it. Whatever. Probably what I would say is the most important flash middle, though, is one I'm about to show you. So this connector flash, you just walk step it off of, like, see these marks right here? It's kind of this big one. I kind of just walk step it off that. And that's going to kick out and blind an opera right here. I think that's one of the most important flashes to know mid. You got to make sure you're not going too far, because, like, watch, if I throw this right here, he can see me. See right there? He can see this. You want to make sure you're back against the wall and nice walk step. And it kicks out far enough, and that's one of the most important flashes I think you could throw, especially if you're taking mid control with like 2 people. This mid smoke, even if it's up, you know, you kind of just throw it like off the left side of the window, and you still want to throw it because this gap right here is one of the most dangerous in mid control, right? So you throw it shorter, throw it shallower, still like one walk step, right? Kind of in the middle of the wall, one walk step instead of a full. Right? See how that lands shallower? Now it's going to get the guy. So you kind of get a feel for these things. Next up for mid would be the connector flash. It's easy to throw with a smoke up. It's a good strat to call, or it's good if you're rushing connector, especially, or splitting up catwalk. You just aim at the line right here where it kind of meets. And that's a good flash to throw, because not only does it blind the guy back here, but it'll blind guys holding in the back of the kind of corridor right there. I don't know what I'm saying. And so it's a good smoke or flash to throw if your team just wants to like run through the smoke with it, blind the connector guy, and kind of swing this way confidently, and then have like them trade off you. Next connector flash would be right here. You want to make sure you just kind of come into this corner, and then see where this point meets the pillar. I go a little right of it, and it's the perfect flash for blinding a guy holding underpass, right? So it's a great one to hold this blind this angle. So because some people throw this one, I think you aim at the middle of the X. It's all right. That's not even it. I think maybe it's the right side of the X. It's all, yeah. See, it messes up, but I think this one, but it lands like in the middle of the, like the end of it is like right there. So if they're holding this tight angle, sometimes it doesn't hit them. It blinds them like right here. So yeah, the one I just showed you is really good. One more time, right here, a little right. Quick tidbit, the connector flash. Decent kind of flash to know, which is very straightforward, but not a lot of people throw. It's just simply over A, like this. If there's a guy triple box and you're trying to go up catwalk to B, it's going to blind the shit out of him if you're just holding here. Obviously, you see the angle, so if he's like ducking here, you might want to throw it a little more right. So be aware of what you're trying to blind, right? So if you want to blind triple, it'd probably be more over there, or over there even, right? Another one you could do is if your team's coming up connector and they want to peek jungle like this, and like say you're the cat guy and you come here and kill this guy cat or something, right? Because that's a common play. Your team goes up, like 1 or 2 guys will be here and you have one here. Maybe he kills this guy and your team's about to go over. Just a shallow little popper right there is very powerful flash. It won't hit a guy if he's perfectly standing under, but there's a good chance it blinds the guy back here because the carpet's not an object, right? So it'll blind you even if you're there. It'll blind him right here. It's better than nothing because if the guy's coming off angle over here, right? So it's gonna blind the guy coming up this. Running up cat. Obviously you can throw a flash off this little corner. That's all right. You know, good flash if someone's coming is simple right here. If you're going into ladder room, good way to clear this is you clear it, call for the flash, let it pop, boom, you're getting here clear. Coming up cat, there's nothing amazing. Sometimes what I'll do is, well, it's not really anything special, is I'll just throw like a flash to the right when I'm like retaking, and then I'll cross with it before it pops. And I'll let it pop, but I'll kind of, I don't know why I feel like I'm so new with it right now. I guess basically what I'm trying to do is I know there's an opera like that. So I know there's an opera holding cat on retakes, so I could fight bench. So I'll just kind of run up this way after. For upper B, a couple flashes to know. The swag flash, which is like, I don't really use it ever, is like something like this. What does he do? He like runs and jumps as he's doing a clear underpass. I don't know it, but I figured I'd throw it in the video. What does he do? He like runs close to the wall, goes like that or something. Yeah, you can see the idea, and it bounces in underpass. I don't really throw that one, but I'm gonna flash underpass. A lot of times I like to do a double flash with teammates, where it's something like this, where I'll walk down. Because honestly, I don't even like to go down there fast all the time, because people do the underhand push, right? And they do. I can't throw flash. It's late, guys. Give me a break. And they swing like this, right? So a lot of times I'll stay up here, and then I'll start walking down. And I actually like to clear this angle, like this much. A lot of people play like off of this. So I'll just like clear this much because I think drive is pretty scary for them. And then I'll just like throw one like that or something, you know. Upper B, key, this is actually very subtle but key. If you're flashing deep into B, these are great flashes for Van. But when you throw too deep of a flash upper B, it doesn't blind the guy holding the window right here, right? It might partially blind him, right? I think up here it does. No, see, it might not even blind him here. So it's dangerous sometimes to throw, like, if you're the first guy in the rush, sure, throw this one, or like second guy, if you're trying to blind this guy, right? But like third, and even maybe second, or like third and fourth for sure, you want to do soft step flashes over that, because that's what's going to blind people. Even, that's a little too shallow maybe, but that'll still blind the guy, see? It'll actually catch him. Still barely. But you see my point is maybe it's like right here, a soft step. I'm kind of exaggerating. Very subtle, and you want to practice these because those will actually blind the guy for sure. And that'll blind this guy right here too, right? And if they're too deep, that's enough to at least help. And obviously, like when you're rushing this flash, you run along the left wall, throw it off this. And that's always a good one. So like you want to do that one, and hopefully your teammate's throwing a shallow one. So yeah, and that's basically all the flashes I wanted to show you for now. You can get kind of creative. I'm going to go over some CT flashes another time. Bonus nade, if you duck along this and aim at the roof where it meets the corner of the ceiling, it's a good HE to throw. Lands on their head. Oh, I guess a decent flash I'll use by myself is like if I'm coming out of B, I'll throw a flash off this and like jump on the window ledge and fight this guy because it comes out behind you. It's a decent little play. You could even do it right here, right? If you're coming out here, you're just gonna flash. Just a good little like practical play. Alright guys, I think that's it for now. Did I miss anything? I guess underpass. There's not much to know with underpass. Obviously like flashing connector, I think, what do you do, stand? There's nothing like super unique. I thought there was one people showed. It's the second one. If you really want to know that one, decent, but whatever. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. Excuse me for being tired. If I left anything out, throw the flash in the comments and so to add to the discussion. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Give me some feedback on the type of video you like if you want to see more maps with this kind of style, just me showing you guys basic flashes. Other than that, see you guys in the next one.